I want to thank the bull. I want to thank um, Broke Farmer for doing that video on problems that they've had with their fruit trees in spite of dusting them and spraying them and put kaolin clay and all of that on it, because I was beginning to think it was just me. Last year I didn't get any peaches because they all had been infested with that cuculio worm insect. When you see this little gel on the outside, that means the larva is growing inside your fruit and eating your fruit, and by the time you get ready to harvest it, there's nothing left. And so I thought it was just me not knowing what to do. I had done everything that I had watched others do, including it spraying it with this and that and BT and kaolin clay and everything else I could. I spent a fortune spraying it. This is my third basket of fruit that I'm pulling off the tree. Pretty much the only fruit that does not have insects in them are the ones that I put the bags on. And you know how impractical that is, putting a bag on every fruit. Next year when I do the kaolin clay, I'm gonna spray it more heavily and see if that makes a difference. And then maybe spray it sooner, but they warn you not to spray it too soon because they're worried about the bees, the honeybees. But at any rate, this is what I pulled off today. This is about the third basket. I'll probably get a handful of fruit because as I see these little bubbles on it, I'll pull it off. I'm gonna put these in plastic bags and throw them in the garbage because I don't want them maturing and being around to infest other fruit. So I thank the guys for showing that they too have a problem, especially with things like stone fruit, peach trees, and those kind of fruit. With these little creatures getting into the fruit, it's a real problem. If somebody knows something else. The bear also shows that he sprays his with kaolin clay, and he also bags his. So I'm going to be watching him for the rest of the year to see which ones of his did. Was it just the ones with the little bags on it, or did it also do well with the ones that he sprayed with the kaolin clay? So anyway, it is what it is. You win some, you lose some. The thing that I don't have any problems with at all is fig trees. They don't die. I can't kill them. And blueberry bushes, I have blueberries everywhere, in the ground and pots everywhere. So if you're, and also with the mulberry, I didn't show you the mulberry tree. I have a mulberry tree big as an oak tree. I have some mulberries that I brought from Illinois with me and set them out. They were full of mulberries. And every time I drove by with the lawnmower, I would park up under them and just eat mulberries all summer. The birds are having a field day with the huge tree because it's so big you can't even pick them. So I'm gonna see how the pecans trees, I got pecans all around, see if I get any pecans this year. So we'll see how I do with my edible fruits and nuts off my trees. I'm looking forward to seeing. So I'll keep you posted.
Okay, we got a pecan tree here.
Yeah, we got a pecan tree. And I did a video using the lead farmer's chili dog method. And I air layered this tree. You see how big it is. That's the size of the limb that I air layered. And it is doing beautifully. I did two at one time. I did this one and I did this one. That one is full of leaves and is ready to go in the ground. This one is still alive because when I scratch it, it's still green, it still feels green, but for some reason it has no leaves on it. If somebody can explain to me, I've been petting it and pampering it and watering it and every day looking for a leaf, and so far I don't see any leaves on it. I see these little buds sticking out.
Is that one that you air laid?
Yeah, I air layered this one and that one at the same time.
Well, you know, the thing about it is Led was saying that wasn't his idea, that he had got it from someone else. And
Yeah.
he was just showing people how to.
He personalized it though. He's the one that did the chili dog method. Other people were using cups and other things to do theirs. And he personalized his and came up with the chili dog method. And that is the method that I use to do mine.
Yeah, we did a video on you doing the airland, and we did a video on you taking it down, taking it loose. You
Right,
recall?
right.
So people, go back if you want to and see how Fran did it. You can go back to one of our other videos because we do have a video out on it. And her problem is she can't understand why she got leaves on this one and don't have leaves on this one. And they was air laid off the same tree?
No, it was different trees.
It was different trees.
But it was done at the same time.
But it was done at the same time. So you heard her. But
Right.
anywho, people, that's going to be the end of it because those German Shepherds down there are getting a little bit agitated and they are beginning to bark, and I don't like all that barking on our videos. And like I said before, that'll be Fran and the Bandit, and we love you, and there ain't a thing you can do about it. Okay. So Fran is out in her, what would you call this type garden?
This is,
Containers?
these are container gardens. Everything along here is something you can eat. So that's what I'm trying to do these days, is just do things I can eat.
Praise God.
Being able to have instant gratification, if you're new at this, a blueberry bush is the way to go. We just got these tiny blueberry bushes this summer at the Fall Fest that was in April, right?
Yes.
And you can see, every day I come out here and I pick the blueberries and I eat them because every day they have blueberries on them. I have a number of blueberry bushes on the side of the house also, some in pots and some in the ground. They do well either way. With little, you don't have to really do anything with it. They do very well on their own. Unlike my citrus trees over here. I got these citrus trees at the Soil Fest also in April, and they have blooms, and they have, you can see the little, what is this? This is a Moro blood orange. It's got little oranges on it. And that's a blackberry bush. It doesn't have any black. I have blackberries that's got a lot of stuff on it. So they're all coming along. That's all edible stuff. This is raspberry bush. I just got this summer also. It was a little bitty thing. It's full of raspberries. I know better than to put this in the ground. I eat these every day when I come out here too.
Yes, you do. I mean, even the blackberries, if they're ripe, I get none. And this blueberry, she got that at the Fall Fest from J3GS,
Yeah,
from the Honey Slinger.
Yeah, I got two of them. There's another one somewhere that I've been eating. This pot has all mint. It's got chocolate mint, pineapple mint. It's got 3 different kinds of mint in it. This is something else you absolutely should not put in the ground because it's invasive. So is this bush here. This I get the mulberry. I have both. I have a mulberry tree and a raspberry tree, and I keep getting them mixed up. But anyway, you can't put this in the ground. It's invasive. Oh, I forgot to mention my Paphianca.
Poppy, what?
This is my Paphianca.
And what do that do? Do it bear anything edible?
Yeah.
Paphianca, okay.
These are all, I have about 4 of them over here, fig trees. These are all fig trees that we air layered. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 that I have right here. And I have some other ones in other places.
And she also has some that Odom sent her.
Yeah, they are down there. I have 2 down there. I'm going to put them in the ground this week. They're big enough to put in the ground. He sent me the pieces, and I rooted them, and they're going in the ground.
Now let's talk a little bit about this green stalk, because Miss Shirley OG got a couple of them, and she really is proud of hers. She brags on it.
Yeah.
And
yeah, this thing does very well, and it does a lot of fruit on it. But you do have to stay on top of it. You have to water it constantly. I have strawberry. I've been eating strawberries all summer.
yes,
Off of it.
yes.
Well, you enjoy what you plant. So I just come out here, and when I'm watering it, excuse me for walking in front of the camera. Those are all strawberries. These are cucumbers. It's looking kind of rough because it was really hot when we went to the crab fest.
The crawdad.
Crawdad fest. And so it didn't get watered, and these you have to stay on top of and water them. So it's got a bunch of stuff in here, cucumbers, and
But it do have strawberries.
it has strawberries. It doesn't have any ripe ones because I ate them.
Yes.
And it has string beans on it, and I just picked all the string beans off of it just now. It has lettuce in it. I need to cut the lettuce because the lettuce has outgrown its usefulness. But you can see all the blooms on the, oh, there's a cucumber that probably needs to get picked. It's not growing right. But it has baby cucumbers all over it.
Be careful, I see some wasps flying around there.
Yeah, you know, if you don't bother the wasp, they usually don't bother you.
Yeah, right.
I'm not afraid of them. When people start swatting them, that's when they have problems. But if you just ignore it and pay attention to where it is and don't hem it up so it feels threatening, to do okay. Anyway, you can grow a lot of stuff on here, but you have to feed it and you have to water it regularly and pay attention to it, because fruit, all of this vegetation, fruit hides under here, and you don't know. Like, look at this cucumber here. I didn't know that was there. We will be eating that.
Let me see that one. The one you just got off of there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I need to do a better job of, I'm gonna put some diatomaceous, not diatomaceous earth. I'm gonna put that fish fertilizer on it today and water it real good and keep it watered. This is thyme, and this is chives. What else is in here? I got a tomato, these are little strawberry, little bitty cherry tomatoes that's growing in here. And this is all lettuce that I need to cut it because it's probably too grown and too tough to eat. But it's got a bunch of stuff in here that everything in here is edible.
So in other words, you telling everybody that they don't need a huge and large space in order to grow food.
No, that's what this green stalk is all about. For people that are gardening on their patio, they can grow a lot of different things in a small space. Some people that have patios have 2 or 3 of them, and they just turn them every couple of days to make sure that they get the proper sun.
Okay.
That everything gets the proper sun.
Well, we're going to mosey on down a little bit further since we're doing this walkabout. And
we can look at the this raised bed, because it's got fruit that I need to harvest today. This one will do it, but I'm looking for. Why is this up here? The cat's turned it over.
okay.
Okay, this is that raised bed that Arthur made 2 of them this summer. What you're looking at here is celery, where I took a celery root down by now, but you see it grew celery. This one is getting ready to go to seed, and this one is young enough I can still eat it. But I've got some onions that I did the same thing with. I just took the bottom of the onions and stuck them in the ground, and it grew back. So I see people doing that all the time. It's not original invention. People on YouTube, you see them taking the bottom off of onions and taking the bottom off of celery, and they're taking the bottom off of carrots and sticking them in the ground, and they will grow. This is my yellow squash. I got yellow and patty pan. These are peppers. This is cayenne pepper. There's a plant right there, and here's one here. They've all got peppers on them. If you want to eat them green, you can eat them green now. These are my peanuts that are coming up. These are beets. That's a patty pan squash over there. And this is yellow crookneck squash. I'm gonna pick these today.
Look like you got a few tomatoes hanging.
Yeah, I've got some green tomatoes. If you throw in the green tomatoes, you can eat them. This is I think that's a tomatillo. That might be a pepper. But anyway, that's the squash. You can see it's a lot of squash on there, and I will be eating them today. I want to get them before the squash bugs come.
And I see a patty pan over there.
Yeah, that's a patty pan.
Okay.
I also have, what's this?
That's pokeweed.
That's poke salad, poke weed. It comes up everywhere around here. And I need to pull this out of here because it's sucking my nutrients dry. So that's pretty much around here. That bed over there is full of voluntary tomatoes that came up from last year. I just pulled several plants out of there because it was drowning out my herbs that I have in there, especially my rosemary. I have a huge rosemary bush. These are the fig trees that we got from
Our family from Odom.
Yes. He sent me the little twigs, and I rooted them, and they're ready to go in the ground. This is a Texas something. I couldn't read the whole note. And this is a Celeste. And they're big enough now that I can put them in the dirt.
Okay. And these over here was your volunteer.
Yes, those came up voluntarily. I didn't plant a single tomato plant over here. And it was full of compost and all kind of other vegetation that I let die back. And I said I was going to pull them all around. I did pull some out and gave them away, the plants. The rest of them I stayed in there. I just pulled out about a bushel of tomato plants and threw them on the compost pile because they were drowning out my rosemary that's right over there in the corner. And I don't want it to do that.
Okay. Well, Fran is putting out some, what is this?
That's ginger right now, right there. See, it has already sprouted. I got several in here, and I expect some more to come up. Last year was the big joke because what I thought was my ginger patch was actually my
Turmeric.
my turmeric. So I got it figured out this year. This is the turmeric. It's already sprouting, so I'm gonna cover it up and water it real good. They're all sprouting. I made sure they were sprouting before I put them out here. And I got some soil right there, and I'm gonna cover it up and water it real good. And I'm going to label it so I'll know what it is.
So she's going to put a label on it this time.
I'm gonna put so they won't laugh at me when I'm digging up turmeric thinking that it's ginger. I'll know what it is. So I'm not gonna put too much dirt on it. It'll do just fine. So that's what that is. That's edible. And so that's a tomato and cucumber.
Ooh, look at there, look at there.
We've already eaten.
That
You can actually eat those.
That looked like something I'm getting ready to fry up here. Them green tomatoes.
I'm gonna cover this turmeric up because if I don't, the cats will get in there. There's some more strawberries.
And this, my people, is mullein. And it's growing everywhere. This
That's not mullein.
what is it?
That's
Sheep ear?
huh?
Sheep ear?
No, I'll think of it in a minute.
Well, we'll think of it in a minute.
Lamb's ear.
Lamb's ear. Well, I said sheep ear. That's about the same thing.
Sheep ear.
Yeah.
Okay. Um,
Now, what is this?
elderberry. It has gone crazy. And today, and it does root very easily. I'm going to cut the limbs all off this elderberry bush, and I'm going to put it in water, and as it roots, I'm going to give it away. It's got a few berries on it. It had a ton of berries on it. I'm not sure whether the insects ate it. I got some elderberry bushes over there on the other side, and they have a lot of berries on them, but this one only has, I don't know what happened to them, whether the insects ate them or it got too hot and they fell off. Um, this red one over here is also elderberry. The same thing happened with it. It had a bunch of berries on it and they fell off. So I don't know why they fell off. But maybe I'll figure it out. This is one of my fruit trees. This is another one that I set out as a switch. It's a loquat. This is about its third year. I thought I was gonna have fruit this year, but we had that late frost and it undid a lot of my stuff. So that was the end of me getting fruit off of a loquat. These are blueberries. The birds have helped themselves on this side and have eaten most of them. It's got a net on it. I need to put some more netting. The ones that's under the net are still here. The ones that were outside the net, the birds ate them. This is a lemon tree. It's a lot. I almost just said it. Meyer lemon. This is a Meyer lemon tree. This is the third year it's been in the ground. Every year it gets blooms and fruit, and every year they fall off. I don't know what that's about. But it has a really thick trunk. The trunk is about as big as my wrist, so it's thriving, it's doing well. It just is not real happy with the cold weather in the winter. I think I'm gonna put Christmas lights on it this year. This is another blueberry bush. It was full of blueberries. The birds ate some and I ate some. So we've all been enjoying it. All along the outside of this greenhouse are my citrus trees. And they have blooms, small fruit. I've got one orange that's been on here since last year. I don't know if it's ripe or not. I don't think it is. But anyway, it's got new fruit on it. But this is from last year. The rest of them have blooms and small fruit on them. We'll talk about that another day.
And people, it's getting windy here, so I guess that's part of that storm that's coming off out of Texas. So we got some tomatoes here.
All my pantries. The pear trees are loaded with pears. This is a huge pear tree. The squirrels usually help themselves, but I'm thinking that this one is so huge that they won't get all of them and we can get a few.
Well, not all that. We took the limbs off that they was getting access from one tree to another tree and onto that building and then into the pear tree. So that tree there is a really old tree. How old would you say that tree is, Frank?
It's probably old as I am.
Much older.
I don't know how. It's been there a really long time. I forgot to bring my basket. You can put it here. This tree was full of peaches. Thank you, bro. Thank you, uh, the bull, for doing that video on people getting infestations with their fruit. I sprayed all of my peach trees hard. I sprayed all of my fruit trees hard. I even put, you can see this is white. I even put that kaolin clay on it. And I have pulled out probably a peck of peaches off of 2 trees. The only ones that look like they may not have insects in them are the ones that I put the bags on. But I just put the bags on there as an experiment to see if they would work. And it looks like the only ones that don't have that jelly on it are the ones that are inside the bags. So I guess I'll have to get a ladder next year and bag every one I want to keep.
Now this tree over here is this other pear tree,
Oh yeah, this is another old pear tree.
and this pear tree here got to be at least 100 years old, at least. This is the one that I fell out of
Yeah, he did.
and cracked a rib.
You cracked a rib.
Yes, I did. Didn't know it. That's what made it so bad. Didn't know it until I went for another type of exam, and they said that you had to have a cracked rib at one time. So there's plenty of pears on this particular tree also. Whether they'll make it or not, we don't know.
These should do okay. A few of them look like they got insect bites, and a couple of them have this on it. I don't know what that is. That's some kind of fungus or something. I'll carry it in my hand. When I see them, I pull them off when they look like that. I don't know what that's about. But,
And you hear that dog, people. Every time that we are filming, there's something going on, that dog gets started. Want to be in my video, I believe.
this is my newest tree that I just planted probably 2.5 weeks ago. It had about 2 leaves on it. It's leafing out. This is my Saturn peach. This is the one that looks like a donut. I had said I wasn't going to plant any more peach trees, but I couldn't help it.
Well, she always says she's not going to get any more trees, but time she see one, oh, I need that one.
This is a pear tree. It needs to be pruned, and in the next few days, I wanted to see which plants had fruit on it, and then I'm going to thin it out and cut the top out of it. It's growing too tall. I've cut the top out of it a couple of times.
Yes, you have.
And it's growing like crazy, but it's growing straight up. I need to watch a couple of videos on how to prune it to make it branch out so that everything is not growing to the top. This one is a pineapple pear.
And you all probably watched us when we did the video
We got a video when we planted.
on when we planted those trees, that pineapple and these fruit trees here. We did a video on it, and it might have been back a couple years or so ago, but it's out there.
I don't see the tag on this, but this is an Asian pear. Yeah, here it is. The tag is, you can't read it, but this is, I remember what it is. This is an Asian pear. This one was full of pears. This one even had a bag on it. And you can see the little pear. I don't know why it fell off, but all of them fell off. It was full of pears and they all fell off. I'm not sure why. I'm not even going to bother to show you the apple trees. I don't know what's going on with the apple trees.
But on some of the fig trees, there are figs already, right?
All of my fig trees have figs on them.
Okay.
And all of these fig trees got put here in the last couple of years since we moved here.
Okay.
That's when we moved them all from the other place. I still got a ton of them at the other place. What is that?
I don't know.
That's what Patricia sent me.
Oh,
The thing is real bitter if you eat it too much.
that's not a persimmon, is it?
Yes, that's a persimmon tree.
Oh, that's the persimmon tree. Okay.
This is a persimmon tree. I don't know what kind of persimmon it is. I just know it's a persimmon. I planted this about the same time I planted the other one. I got this at the flea market. So it's not labeled what kind of persimmon it is. It's just persimmon. So, but you see how well it has grown. It has really grown a lot. This tree down here, my cousin, you did a video on it. My cousin ordered it. I think she paid probably about tax for that. She paid about $100 for it. And it's not growing nearly as well. I'm trying to remember the name of it. My brain is not doing real well today. This is not a good day to film. But then that's most days. Anyway, I got a number of plum trees. My plum trees were all full of plum blooms and baby plum. And the frost came through and they all fell off except two. And I've been watching them, waiting on them to get ripe. And the deers or the squirrels the one beat the tree.
Well, they got critters that want to eat just like you do, but they are so greedy.
Yeah.
They want to eat more than you do.
Yeah, well, this one was the one that had the two on it. I'm thinking it's the squirrels because I found a bag that was on one of the fruits and it was all shredded. So I don't think the deers did that. I think the squirrels did that. That's a big tree. It died and then it came back. This is another big tree that we moved. They all need pruning.
How many fig trees you got? About 100?
If I tell y'all how many I got, y'all be trying to get me committed.
Yeah, well, you know.
This is my blackberry bush. It's a thornless blackberry. You see the berries are all red. As soon as they turn black, the birds eat them.
And friend.
Well,
I don't get to eat any. I tried to get down here and eat a couple off the vines, but when I get here, they already gone.
With me and the birds. I'm real pleased with my grape bush. Let me see if it's got a name on it. It just says grape. It doesn't give the name of it.
It is loaded, folks.
Yeah, it's loaded.
It is loaded.
So it's going.
And it's pulling down my doggone fence.
Okay, I stepped in the ant somewhere along the line.
Well, it's about time to go then. You
Yeah.
should have had the other shoes on.
That's a blackberry. They're all red because the birds ate them.
And friend.
No, I haven't eaten any of those. The birds ate them.
It's another blackberry.
Yep. My sweetheart came along here and helped me out and cut the grass along the fence. He also cut down some of my blackberry bushes.
Well, it happens.
Bless his heart.
It happens. But I'm not going to show you all my garden until I get in there
I think that's a good idea.
and do something to it. Because Fran already talking about how terrible it looked.
Yeah, you know I call them out on it. Okay, these little bugs are out, and I will be through here today with my bucket of soap suds. And what I do is I hold the soap up under there and I just knock them off in the bucket. There's one. They're everywhere, and they're eating up everything. They're just eating the leaves off of it.
You're going to have to go up there and take those shoes off.
Yep.
Because those ants are going to eat you up.
They will eat you alive. And they tear me up.
So we're going to show them this banana tree. Is this the one you got from Black Tropical?
No, my black tropical bit the dust. That's the one I got from your friend.
Oh, from Vincent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are growing all over his yard. So they're winter hardy, cold hardy.
And these are the apples
Yeah,
that she
those
put
are
in the
Arkansas
bag.
black apples. This is the first time I'll be able to hopefully eat something off of it. I got them in bags. Hopefully I'll get something off of it.
Well, it get wet, and it get hot, and it get muggy. It get hot, it get muggy, it get dry. So it's kind of hard to tell what you need to do with your fruit and your veggies.
Yeah, well, I know with the these two bushes of pomegranate, that papianca I showed you earlier,
I believe there's a bloom on that pomegranate.
it's a bloom on it, but I think it's a male bloom, and it only has one bloom at a time, so I'm never able to pollinate it, so I can get a fruit off of it. See, there's a bloom on it, but it's only one bloom.
Yeah.
So, and I'm thinking that this is a male bloom.
Okay.
So I need a female to bloom.
So what you're saying is you probably need another tree.
This one right there, but it doesn't have any blooms on it.
Maybe they need to be closer. What you think?
But it ain't gonna help to be closer if it doesn't have any blooms.
Well, you know, I don't do trees, people.
You should.
I got one or two, but I don't do trees.
Yeah, this tree here is also full of pears. I just broke that one off. Anyway, it's full of pears. I saw, these leaves are turning weird looking. I hope this doesn't. I just heard about y'all talking about blight the other day. I don't know if it has blight or not. That's a fig. This is a fig. They're all full of figs. This is another Arkansas black. It had apples on it. They all died and fell off. There's two more apple trees down there. These are young. I just put these out last year. And so that's a sucker that's coming up out the ground. I'm going to dig it up and put it someplace else. This is another apple tree that I just put out last year. And the label has fallen off of it.
And this one is a what?
That's another apple tree. It was put out last year. I will have to do better with these labels. This is a pink lady.
Okay, folks, we thank you for doing a walkabout with us. And Fran had a chance and opportunity to show you what she's growing. And one day this week, I'm gonna get back in that garden out there, that jungle, and see if I can't get something straightened out. So I'm definitely not gonna show it to you. So be blessed, and remember, the Bambi and Fran love you, and there ain't nothing you can do about it.